Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there. Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. Been a long day for us, but a good one. Productive.
Very productive, yes.
Absolutely. Rama's here too. He's wagging his tail, literally. So yeah, we did this video. This was something different, and this was really something that we were originally going to put on Heart's Home. And in the future, when we do more of these, they will be going on Heart's Home. Although, of course, everything is on Patreon. But this was 432 hertz, ambient guitar, and it's all healing frequencies. And what was going on in the background as this was going on, Cindy was doing a biofield tuning session. So, already we've heard from many people this has affected them in a very, very positive way.
Yes, and it definitely got our babies to fall asleep instantly. I don't know if it might help with your babies or your puppies or your family, even yourself. If you're feeling wound up, turn this on, put it on a loop. And because there is not only the music and both of our energies going into it, it is the biofield tuning and the weighted forks. So you're not going to hear the forks. They're silent. But boy, oh boy, they definitely pack a punch. We hope you guys enjoy it. We'd love to do more of this to help people get to sleep.
Yeah, it gets us sleep. Again, meditation, you put it on a loop. It really does help you just kind of zone out in a positive way. And boy, do we need a little peace and quiet in this world. So again, in the future, this will be going on and things like that will be going over at Heart's Home. Where it's our newest channel, 2.69 thousand subscribers. So make sure you are subscribed over there too. Of course, if you are one of our Patreons, everything goes up on Patreon. This was the first thing we did this morning, talking about the new lockdown that's coming, as well as it does appear WW3 is perhaps hours or days, at most, maybe a week or two at very most, out into the manifestation in a close way, if you know what I mean. It's always been, for those in the United States, things are over there, but they don't really affect us. This will be different. Here you see Lithuania announces it's prepared to send Lithuanian soldiers to Ukraine to train Ukrainian soldiers on site. And this is being reported in various sites in slightly different ways. Lithuania is a NATO country, so in so many ways, this is just another escalation in how will Russia react. Again, the Baltic nations, Lithuania, Estonia, Latvia, those nations have had occupying armies in the past, and it's likely it's going to happen again. As they're again very small. They're not even as big as many of the U.S. states, and they probably will be under Russian control before you know it. Don't blink your eyes there.
Nope.
So it's interesting too, because Christoph, the Polish psychic, was literally talking about this a few days back. Saying that there's, and he mentioned the three Baltic countries, and then he also mentioned Serbia having in their mind upping the ante in the war in Ukraine. And this is exactly that. I mean, this is exactly that. It's only a matter of days as the psychopaths that are in charge of this world are going to be starting, WW3 and spreading it far and wide. And so much of it simply is just because, again, so much is coming out into the public eye. And they do always need a distraction. They always need a distraction. Nothing distracts you more than bullets over the shoulder.
Yes, they're very good at that.
And here we see 30,000 Chinese nationals entered U.S. illegally since October. And tens of millions are in the country, as we've been reporting for a very, very long time now. Of course, Russia has been doing all sorts of drills, including nuclear drills. People have wondered about the Princess of Wales, and what is really up with Kate Middleton. So there's this notice that she's not going to be seen in public for the rest of the year. So I had to ask Cindy, can you remote view Kate Middleton? What do you see? Is she already gone, or what is going on? Because some have said that they thought that she was part of some sort of very, very dark ritual, perhaps, like Princess Diana.
Yeah, I mean, when I looked, it was disturbing to me because I saw her to be very, very skinny. Definitely something has seemed to have gone wrong, but then the other information that came out was even more disturbing, of more of a long-term type of sacrifice, like a slow death. So I don't know. I've never heard of anything like that before. I'm kind of feeling like something went awry. I know there was in the headlines that she went in for some surgery, but I think there's some sort of disease there or something that's not really fixable that they are working on fixing, possibly. But it did look pretty dark when I saw her energy and everything. Not good.
The official explanation was cancer, but
yeah, they say the official explanation is cancer, and I gotta say, I mean, it looked like it could be that at first glance, but then when I felt in further, no, it's something. It actually felt worse. It felt worse, so it felt very painful.
Well, thank you for sharing. And here you have Elon dropping a bomb, and of course people are going to giggle, chuckle, wink, and nod. And he's talking about the Falcon and Dragon, and that they are the best in the world at what they do. As you see the SpaceX, SpaceX is doing amazing, and in fact they're buying back stock. They're doing so well. Now Tesla's, I'm seeing people having accidents with Teslas all the time. Teslas, in fact, taking lives because of accidents or faulty programming or whatever is going on there. I keep thinking back to the Obama movies and those things being turned on and blocking off exits for humanity. And yet he says straight out, the SpaceX Starship is alien technology. Oh, nothing like it's ever been attempted, as is capable of lifting the entire pressurized volume of the ISS in a single flight, etc. But here is exactly maybe a little bit of tongue-in-cheek in the sense that he knows it's alien technology, and this is nothing. This is Tinker Toys and Lincoln Logs, if you guys remember those things. I don't even know if they still have them anymore. But yeah, compared to the technology that's really in play, and like the technology that's warming up the Atlantic and doing other things to it as well, that we've touched on and others have touched on as well. But to come straight out and say it's alien technology, well, in reality, again, who does number 2 work for? Well, who does Elon work for? Yeah, I think it's, again, those that come from the sky, otherwise known as, branch of the Anunnaki. So many people, unfortunately, have to lean on quote-unquote faith to think there's more than just what we see as far as life. But even science, and so much of the science is just sales, will give us some amazing little tidbits like this. In case you've never seen this, you can physically cut the leaf in half, put the leaf underneath the Carolyn photography, and you see the energy is still there. It doesn't just disappear. There is a phantom limb effect as well. It's because the physical body is just one layer of us, only one layer amongst many, many layers. In fact, some really, really gifted psychics have seen as much as 14 or 15 different layers to the aura. Those layers are representing different aspects of ourselves, and also in many ways different densities in which we reside.
It is really, really curious. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of phantom limb. This is one of those issues where somebody may have lost a limb, but they still feel it and they still feel pain. And it's really it's like stuff nightmares are made out of. I mean, it's so sad, but this should really hammer home how alive we are when we leave the body. We never really go anywhere, you guys. It's just a little bit different perspective. You can see a lot more. You're not losing anything when you step out of the body. In fact, you're gaining a lot.
Well, you're gaining perspective, a perspective that some people have the whole time. And unfortunately, in Kali Yuga, it's extremely rare. You're really looking at gifted yogis and gifted psychics and, things along those lines. But by the time we get to the end of the Bronze Age, everybody's at this level. Everybody is at this level. Everybody that doesn't go the route of the system.
That's important to remain organic as possible. And if you're having a hard time, if your body's giving you a hard time, look at your intake, look what you're putting in your body. Your body might have a hard time processing that. And, besides the obvious alcohol, drugs, other things like that, sugar is not so obvious. Sugar can wreak havoc on the body. It can really bring you into a slow rot, and it can be so very painful. So we have to look, does our body have the nutrients that it needs to put things back together? How can you give your body what it needs to rebuild? And if you're putting in bad stuff, the body kind of pushes back. It has this mind of its own. It can be, when higher self is trying to speak to you, it speaks to you through pain if you're not hearing other ways. And I've been through that, and believe me, you don't want to go there. Watch what you're putting in your body if you're having a hard time.
Absolutely. So as always, guys, stay prepared out there, put out your positive intentions, and keep awakening as many as possible. Let's shift the paradigm. Source bless. Namaste.
Namaste.